So this is, see, we find a connection. She loves dumpling noodle, and I like yuca.
Very good.
This is kind of like a culture exchange.
Yes.
Connection. Buenas tardes, Sandra.
谢谢。
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for your time. And you're like a legendary in the art world. Yes, especially like a woman, you know, in this world, the female made your business is super hard. Now I feel I'm sitting in your kingdom, especially I sit in this chair, like a king, queen. Yes. Anyway, yeah, so I would love to know, where did you start?
Well, I started the gallery in 2011 in Miami. My background, my career is actually in public relations and marketing. And I was working for a public relations agency in Miami. And a bank came to us and asked us to do an art fair to tap all the wealth that was coming from Latin America at the time in the early 2000s in Miami. Okay. So my boss had the idea of doing an art fair focused on Latin American art, and that's how I started. That was my favorite project. I was doing the public relations, handling all the press for the art fair, and then I realized that that was my calling, and then I started my gallery in my apartment in Miami. I took out all the furniture and I started to exhibit at the apartment. So I would host cocktails at my apartment, and many of these young collectors would come, and it was really great because it was the opportunity to break the ice. When you are in somebody's home, maybe it's not as cold as in the gallery. And it was a really great way to start.
Actually, you're the very early pioneer who start to doing the art gallery at home. Kind of like a business strategy is different between the running the art salon or
yes,
gallery.
It definitely is because of expenses. If you want to have a serious gallery, you need to have a very good exhibition calendar. You need to do international art fairs. And the tricky part in Colombia really is the art fairs, because we have a small collector base right now in Bogota. We have economic challenges, so many of the wealthy people don't live in Colombia anymore. They moved to Madrid and Panama especially, and Miami. So it's a little bit hard because here you have a lot of creativity, very talented artists, but a small market. So we rely mainly on Bogota's International Art Fair that is able to bring collectors.
This one, she said this is her favorite one. I'm so curious.
Yes, this is the work of Juliana Miranda. Juliana is a young girl from Medellin. She's in her early 20s, and I was very impressed to find someone so young to do such a good painting work. This is oil on canvas, which is even harder because when you paint on oil, it takes layers and time, and it has to dry. But what I was most curious about is that someone so young has the aesthetic of the Dutch masters from the maybe 16th century.
Yes.
So I just love the fact that you can feel like you are next to the forest and you're getting a bath of forest. Like Japanese have that tradition. They call it shirin-yoku, that you go and sort of like you go in the forest and you take a bath. So I just love, that I can look at the painting and I can pretend to be there. And also,
very healing.
Yes, and also it opens the space a lot because this is a small corridor.
Right.
But the paintings are big. It actually has visually, it makes the corridor looks really large.
When you walk from here, you feel you're immersed in the forest.
Yes.
This is beautiful. And I feel the painting has some taste of the mystery. But I don't know what is that. But it gave me a lot of like an imagination and a curiosity. I want to explore more.
Yeah.
As collector and the owner of the gallery, when you choose the artist or artwork, is up on your personal taste, or up on the marketing demanding?
Well, I have to tell you that to me, it's a little bit of a spiritual process because I didn't have an art background when I started. The good thing is that I had like pure view of the art because I was not, influenced by art history or the market trends. And working with Cuban artists, they at the time they were not influenced by the market demand because there's no demand in Cuba.
Okay.
So you basically, the artists there are extremely talented also because their biggest critic is their peer. So they are there, let's say, it comes from a need to say something and express something when you are in a place where there's no free speech. So I learn a lot from them. I think I actually train my eye with them.
Okay.
And it has to me, it's a mixture of many things that makes a good artist. Like, for example, here, Aime Garcia, she's Cuban, now based in North Carolina. And Aime uses self-portraiture as an act of resistance because she's coming from a place where you are not an individual, right? Okay. And then she uses thread and embroidery to make, maybe this is like thorns. This is the idea of someone in the Darien because American law changed the immigration status of Cubans when they first go to the U.S. They are no longer they no longer get the green card right away. They're considered illegal immigrant. So this is an image of the Darien, which is the area between Colombia and Panama. That it's a very deep and very difficult forest that you have to pass through in order to go to Central America. To me, the artist has to not only be really good at the, actually in Spanish we say factura, like the actual making of the painting, but what's behind it. The meaning,
the spiritual,
So I would say that a characteristic that makes unique about Colombian artists is really our passion for life, and that is represented in their works. I like a lot to work with artists that represent nature because we are far away from the forests or the jungle or the Amazon. So it's amazing to have a little bit of a piece of art that can take you there. And I think that's something that in the Chinese culture, nature is very important.
Yeah, for sure.
The relationship with nature. And I think art is able to transport us to that. So
beautiful said. Yes, we want to bring the more South American artists to China because you mentioned culturally and historically, and the life, we are very, not very, but kind of like similar, right? So I think, and Chinese people, they are super open-minded, very curiosity about what's going on the art world, especially for the young generation. So I think you should try, go to China, participate some art fair. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
So also the Chinese artists, they also want to explore the Western country. So if they come to the Bogota, what kind of suggestion you will suggest them?
In terms of like finding a gallery?
Yeah.
Well, I would say for any artist, number one is to have a really great portfolio.
Okay.
And number two, look for galleries that could have a language similar to the kind of works they do. Like I love to exhibit a lot nature. So if you are like a landscape artist, something like that, maybe it's something that it could be appealing to me. Other galleries prefer more like sculpture or each gallery has its own language, and I think that's the number one to find the correct gallery.
I think whoever discovered the South America, especially Colombia art market, you should contact us,
Yes.
Sandra. I think we still need face a lot of challenge,
Yes.
obstacle, and also we have to believe ourselves. You know, like we are Chinese. We just had an interview another day with another influencer of the culture, and she said there is no strategy. The only strategy, you have to believe yourself.
That's true.
Yeah. So
That's very true.
exactly. So we should believe ourselves. We be proud of our culture, and I think universal will give us answer, because the world, you know, who knows the answer? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. So very nice. Okay. So I think we find you can find your new mission, and then we do some like exchange, culture exchange program.
Yes.
Okay.
This is actually a constellation from the North Pole. It's called Polaris.
Okay.
And this is a mirror from 1945 from Havana.
Oh, okay.
So the artist, his name is Rafael Villares. He did the star map behind, and then he put the lighting box. And then I had it installed inside the switches inside.
Okay.
So it's a very special piece. Yes.
It's special and beautiful.
Yes.
And the color is changing. It's kind of like a Chinese ink.
Yes, a little bit.
And she used this is a special paper.
Yes, it's actually linen.
Oh.
And these are 3 plants that are very important for our indigenous communities.
Okay.
The coca plant, the tobacco, and the yucca. Yucca, it's cassava. So this is a staple for food. So she's representing these specific plants that there's something called like the las tres hermanas, the 3 sisters. So it's 3 plants that together help one another. Like you would have, I think it's beans, corn, and another one I can't remember now. But the idea is like this one has the fruit, or in this case the root, which is the cassava, and then maybe the tobacco protects this one, and that one the other one.
Wow. This is my favorite food.
Yes. Cassava, you like it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
Yes.
I like it. Yeah. So when you're in China, what is your favorite food?
Ooh, dumplings and noodles.
Actually,
I try to celebrate Chinese New Year.
Oh, wow. Next time, you should invite me.
Yes.
I can be your private Chinese chef.
Yes.
I like cook.
Because my first job after I graduated from the university in Miami was there with the Taiwanese trade office.
Oh, okay.
So my boss celebrated Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Well, always we had a delicious meal. So
in Chinese New Year, we prepared at least 20 dishes.
Wow.
For the Chinese Eve, and everybody has to be sit there like celebrate. But the funny thing is, we don't eat dumpling for the dinner. We wait until the 12 o'clock, and the Chinese New Year coming, and we celebrate. You have to get up even you sleep. This is called good luck, and we make dumpling on the 12 midnight. You know, and everybody like hug, give each other blessed. This is beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is, see, we find a connection. She loves dumpling noodle, and I like yucca.